Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we are playing Exponential Capitals on the Europe Advanced map. We're playing as a green player out of the third position. We got a ton of material in the middle of the board. Will I be a center capping Grandmaster once again? As much as I like the middle, I actually think I like this more. 1 point hold up here. Blue doesn't play off of the 1 point in London. We could cap on the 3 here. We could even take the middle bonus and fortify just in case. And this blocks his pink out of here. I like this position just simply because of what it plays for. Red caps back here. So red doesn't play middle board. I have the potential to sneak a couple bonuses here if I want to. Take here. Black doesn't go down here. This is a really, really interesting position where I have a play for Spain. There's a play for France. There's the play for the middle. Pink doesn't go next to me. I could have a 7 cap. Blue doing a lot of very, very early attacking. That might have been a take of North Africa. Yeah, we're playing exponential cards, not exponential per player. I'm just doing regular exponential per player, or regular exponential today. For this video, we played exponential per player in our Monday video last week, and I think a couple of the other videos during the week, but I wanted to do just standard exponential this time. Fog and Blizzards are on, Portals Alliance is off, automated inactivity behavior, no rank restrictions, and again, it is capitals, balanced blitz dice, 6-player game. I'm in the 3rd spot. I don't expect to hold any bit of this here. That's a little bit unfortunate. I would almost love it if white rolled this out and failed. 3-on-1, I might try it. Leave that there. White fortifies down. I'm going to do this here. This here. Let's try. This is sneaky. 3-on-1 fails. All right, because of course this one should succeed then, theoretically, right? It does. And that goes here. I don't actually think there's that much value. The pink goes after me. You know what? I'm going to defend the cap. With pink going after me, I don't want to run any risks with the 3 here. I'd rather see red misplay upper left. They don't push for the whole thing, and they knew that I was here. So now we just got to hope that pink doesn't play into Spain. That would be unfortunate. Fail the 3-on-1 in the middle of the board. Also a little bit unfortunate. Blue doesn't play for this, so I think blue played for Scandinavia then, would be my assumption. A turn 1, Scandinavia take. Fail the 3-on-1 in the middle there. We lose a troop on the other 3-on-1 on the other end, but we had the 4. I thought about bringing the 4 out to this position to play for France on the next turn, but I think my better play is going to be play for France now. Pink maybe goes down. Okay, pink moves into the middle. A little bit annoying that they'd hit all of my material here. What? They just bust through the 3 here that red had there? I don't even see them capped here, so that conglomeration of troops is strange. Blue does have Scandinavia, and they take the split bonus here. I don't actually care about that. I think that that's fine. Don't love this being left here, but if it's defensive is, I don't care. I don't care about that at all. The 4 can come back. I can finish the bonus here, hold against red, and the 4 comes back to cap more golden, as long as I don't have white breaking me in Spain down here. So this would be a 10 cap. Blue theoretically doesn't get enough to roll that. And I don't retaliate against pink for knocking me out of the middle of the board. I think all of that sort of makes sense to me. No. Oh. Here's my question. Do I benefit more? Does he fortify here? He doesn't fortify here. I'm just going to put 1 on the border. Leave a 4 here defensive. Pull this back into cap, assuming that red is going to hit this spot. They get 8. They've got a good amount here. This should be the hit on London. No. Okay. They took their cards somewhere else then, I think. Because that was multiple attacks. I put a 2 here in the hopes that white's like, okay. Oh, red's up here. Red tried to go for Scandi. I think they stumbled upon blue's capital. Very interesting. Now, I don't want to hit blue. I have no interest in doing that. I'd rather... Does black have North Africa? Black has North Africa. White theoretically has West Africa. Pink has the middle of the board here. Black now, yeah, knocks me out over here. They're going to go for Orient. So the board's shaping up very evenly so far. Again, white might come and hit me. I would anticipate an overcommitment from this white player if they do break me over here. I'm hoping that they'd prefer to play for Italy. And somebody actually did break pink in the middle. I'm unsure who that would have been. And pink gets terrible dice off of that roll. Blue gets 14. So pink doesn't break me. It really comes down to whether or not white wants to hit me. I wonder if they didn't hit red and I just thought they did. They rolled an extra attack somewhere else. Blue now playing for Eastern Europe. I could theoretically go for Italy, but I don't think that that benefits me much. White gets 17. 17. They have... White somehow snagged Southeastern Europe. Because there's no other bonus on the board that makes sense for them to hold. Blue getting 14 with the Scandi Central Europe split. Nobody held Dinaric Alps there. Nobody held Italy. Trying to play nice with white. White is going to break me. Okay. I mean, it's a neighbor war that I just don't understand starting this early into the game. Maybe it's defensive. I'd be pretty surprised if it was. I don't see their hit there, but I hear it. I don't know how I heard that. He doesn't hit me. All right. Then this is a waste of 10 troops, in my opinion. Make this a 5. I'm not going to add anything else there. Just bolster my capital. I don't want to close off completely. I think pink is on this line. I'm just a little curious. It's blue here. Interesting. I'm not going to keep going. I don't have any interest in breaking pink here. Red gets 7. Again, that is... Ooh. Why are you playing for Russia? Like, blue is ever going to let you hold Russia over there. Now, we know... So, cap locations, blue theoretically somewhere up here. Probably Finland. The fact that red continued playing for Russia makes me think that blue is likely Finland. We have red on Ireland. White, I held G-Gel, right? So white is... Did I hold G-Gel? I held something in here. I thought it was G-Gel. I think there's a cap on Naples. And then white might be like Sahara, just kind of sitting in the middle here. Black, I would assume Benghazi, Tobruk, especially if white held this. Because white got 17 and wouldn't have had Orient. So they had Southeastern Europe. Not sure why anybody would let them hold that. Pink gets this. So this is strange. One of these caps is confusing. Somebody's cap location is confusing to me. I think it's pink's. I think pink might actually be in Orient. Or, again, in Italy here with white somewhere down in this area. Because the fact that they'd play for this bonus and not Italy is confusing. The fact that white would hold an additional bonus. And the only explanation is that white held Southeastern Europe. Again, because we had vision on every other bonus that made sense mathematically. And this bonus down here is 8. This is 4. That would get them that extra troop that would put them up to 17 rather than just 16. Now they get 16. So again, they are holding West Africa and Southeastern Europe. I have no idea why my opponents are allowing the white player to hold over here unless they're capped over here. And they actually have no claim to bottom left. That's also possible. White pushing for this position would have been pretty surprising. 17 troops here is super inflammatory. But they're not choosing to attack with it. So this is a waste of troops in my opinion. There's no reason for me to strike that player down. Now I know red is up here. I'm not fully convinced that somebody rolled into red in Russia, which would be a huge mistake. But they also weren't adding to this position. So you would hope that somebody would have broken them over there. I'm not going to hit blue. If red holds all of that, I presume that they will lose it. We're going to hit blue. I'm not going to hit blue in their bonus. We're going to hit here. White with an 11 there. So white might just be completely off capital. Unless, again, the cap is over here on the right. Red up to 8. So somebody does break Russia. And it's possible they continue playing for that. Black with 16. So black holds Orient, North Africa, white, Southeastern Europe, West Africa, pink, Dinaric Alps, blue, Central Europe, Scandinavia with an attempt at Eastern Europe, nobody holding British Empire, nobody holding Southern Europe. We call it Italy. And then obviously I have Southwestern Europe and Western Europe. And I don't think anybody's holding Russia because red got broken there last turn, but they may have tried to take it back. I would assume that that's where black is hitting still, because at this point, black doesn't have any cards if blue is fully removed Eastern Europe. I guess we'll see. This is really the pivotal turn to understand what is happening everywhere, in my opinion. It's also interesting to me, if black held Orient, everybody has a capital. I never had vision on Murcia. This bonus has not been taken. Okay, white gets broken. This will be an interesting tell. I actually think that pink may be capped in Murcia. Blue is getting so blue has all of Eastern Europe. Pink breaks white. White will theoretically retaliate and hit here. But I think black is going to need to be the player that keeps blue in check. I think pink is capped here. If red holds this bonus, I mean, we'll find out. I don't have to actually attack up into this spot yet. White is getting 11 because pink jacked this. My expectation, the way that I've seen white play this game so far, I wouldn't be surprised if they took the first trade and played off their 11 here and completely removed pink's material from the middle of the board. That really would not surprise me. Put 9 here. I don't understand the additional 2 commitment on this spot, but this is going to come up and hit. They might just take Italy. Not retaliating on pink here, I think, is silly. Red may be fully removed as well. I don't actually want to take that card. I misplayed this. Because if pink is here, they are. Now if red rolls them, I don't have the ability to play into that right away. Although I would have the ability to take the red elimination. If red's been fully removed in Russia, you hope black plays off of that and keeps it in check. Because nothing else nowhere else on the board with what people were holding made sense. Red actually, yeah, red's completely trapped. I would have probably rolled pink there, to be honest. My cap is so strong, though, that I can sort of play a bait game here. Potentially even snowball the trade-ins. Black should be breaking blue right now. They're kind of slow, though. I think they may have only just broken Russia. No, they broke Southeastern Europe. Unless pink never fully captured this. So white, I think, is a predominantly off-cap player based off of the amount of troops that we're seeing. It's a smart move by pink to defend their capital. It's a not so smart move by pink to open me up to them. Especially that the fortify didn't come. They didn't fortify back, so this is a 24 cap. Blue trades. They get 26, so they lose Russia. They're going to hit black hard. They don't hit black hard. Interesting. They're happy with what they're getting. So I got to count a minimum. If they weren't ever holding this, it needs to be a minimum of 3 attacks in this general vicinity and a maximum of 1, 2. They didn't take their card over here, so 6. I don't know why this player continues with this defense. So does he go in here and try to remove pink? There's 1. No, he just breaks. Sits here and breaks. I can actually take my card in this spot. Would it make sense? I'm going to trade. 69. I could theoretically take the elimination, but I don't know how much pink has over here. So I am not going to get ahead of myself. It's got 4s. Yeah, I don't think I would have sent enough over there, to be honest. I almost think red should trade here. If red doesn't have a set, they're playing this very poorly. Or if they do have a set, they're playing it very poorly, is what I should have said. Black's still getting 16. They're obviously going to set. So this is a kind of a powder keg type situation where it doesn't do us that much good unless white opens me and goes to 5. If white goes to 5 and remains open to me, that is a situation where I think playing for their elimination, because I'm kind of assuming they're playing off cap. You know, you'd think that maybe pink knocked them out over here. I can't guarantee that all of their material is removed in Southeastern Europe, though. Blue is also potentially super card blockable. But I don't know how much they're defending with and where. Okay, I think this is really foolish for pink to commit troops in here. I almost think you should be committing to trying to take red out. They just take back. I would love to see white or blue or somebody remove pink's presence. I just need to know if white is over here. I think he's going to take up into me on this turn. Although I doubt he probably doesn't want to open my capital up. It's 12. And I don't want to close my capital off. I'd rather take the card into pink's 3 here if white opens me. But again, I don't know what the situation is over here. Trades aren't all that high yet. But again, if he went to 5, that would be the moment where... One. I mean, the other question is to really evaluate how much pink has over here. I don't think white... I do think he actually put some troops on cap there. Pull some forward. All right, this is an investigation play. White hit here. Black is there. Okay. I think this is a bad play by black. So there's 8 troops of pink here. Pink going to 4 cards would basically be a death sentence for them, especially if blue and white trade ahead of me. And red doesn't have that many. I'm fairly confident I cannot get eliminated. This might be black going a bit further than they should. Yeah, they just broke Eastern Europe. And maybe black thinks that they might actually be a target of the blue player. This is an interesting game. I think we've got some competent opponents. I don't love blue's cap choice up here, but I think that blue might actually be a decent player, especially with not over-aggressing. Like, they picked the bonuses that they wanted. Once they got broken in Russia, they hadn't tried retaking it. I think if pink has a set, pink should essentially use the set whenever they have it. Continued. Yeah, there you go. Although, if they eliminate red here, I think that they are screwed. If they keep red hostage, that would be a great play. So that pink needed to trade there. That's exactly what that I would have done and that they should do. If white hits... Whoa. Why did he hit all of pink there? He's full sending black. Black quits. I don't think he has enough to eliminate black, though. He hasn't taken the capital yet. Black's back. Black's not back. And blue does not eliminate, but does hefty damage there. Let's see what white does. Continues to do this silly stacking play. So pink's completely out of the middle. And we know that blue just hit at least 2 different 10 stacks of black. White's on 4 cards or 5 cards though. Probably completely off capital. Or mostly off capital. I think he's the better elimination. Pink can't eliminate me. Let's take this trade. Blue doesn't have a set either. That's like the perfect time to do that. I don't care about this capital down here. Question is, does red have a set during all of this? Let's take the dude trade. I don't want to open up blue, but I do want to break him. I don't think I have enough to eliminate pink. Forgot to put troops here to remove them off the 2, but has red been sitting on a trade the whole time? That's the ultimate question. I obviously have another trade in myself, holding a ton of the board. Pink doesn't have a set, so he can't get very far. And then if blue doesn't have a trade on 3, we basically win the game. All right, let's see if pink can eliminate red. It'll be a hefty hit. This is probably the right play. Slow rolling. Interesting. If you were going to slow roll, I guess you want to guarantee your card here, huh? Now, I know blue will be able to take a card here, but they won't be able to get very far. We've got defense on all of our capitals. We get a block up in their face. We're obviously going to remove them here. Block pink on the next turn. I had a feeling white had all their troops on cap. I had a feeling black hit some of white's material over here. Blue didn't have enough to roll black's capital, but black's capital is only 15. Blue takes out everything else on the board of black's, basically gifts me the elimination on a silver platter. And I'm glad I went for white. I didn't like the way white was playing. You got 40, what did they have? Like, they had like 80 troops here, all of it off cap. I just don't understand the motivation, the goal, like, not a very fruitful situation. Blue is going to intentionally not take a card, which is crazy to me. I guess it kind of guarantees them second place. I want to guarantee myself a card here, but I can just fortify after the elimination. I mean, I should be able to eliminate pink and red in one go. Pink sacked into red, so I didn't realize he full sacked. I'm glad I checked this out, otherwise red would have gotten an elimination that set them immediately. Red was holding a trade that entire time. They were holding... I legitimately think the red player could have... There's no way I don't have this. Good game. Good game. Well played. And a big old thumbs up to you, blue player. I had 500... No, it was like 450 troops at the end. I legitimately think red, on that first set of trade-ins, when pink's on 5, could have just set in and rolled pink. Pink had 18 troops here. Red, we knew red had about 18 when they were going for Russia, and then they did that, and they were sitting on a trade the entire time. I do not understand why red didn't set sooner, or set in the turn after blue or I guess blue. I went right. So set in after pink sets in so that you're not just card fodder for a player. Very weird game. Red was master. Pink was master. I don't believe this one. Blue was master. I had a feeling blue was good. I didn't like blue's cap spot, but I liked how they played the late game, the middle and the early game into the middle game, and even the hard hits on maybe they thought they had the black elimination. Not surprised why it was beginner. Not totally surprised black was intermediate with all the troops hanging off, but very surprised. I didn't love red's Ireland cap on a 1 back here. And I hated pink's cap in front of red. Pink must have had starting material here and spite capped red thinking that they deserved it, but really neither player should have capped there. I honestly think pink should have neighbor capped me. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We will be back with more Risk tomorrow. As always, everybody, I have been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.